Hey everybody, how's it going? Redeyedjedi here, and in this segment, we are going to be exploring the gaming world. And every Wednesday from now on, it will be dedicated to the gaming world. So to start off, I would like to do this first video discussing augmented reality versus virtual reality. Because if you haven't seen Ready Player One, I would suggest watching it. It has to do with a virtual reality world, and it's really cool. So there's a big use case for both in this coming world, and we're going to kind of go over some of the aspects. So first of all, let's talk about the two: augmented reality versus virtual reality. So, AR, or artificial reality, or augmented reality, sorry, not artificial, augmented, lets the user experience the real world, which has been digitally augmented or enhanced in some way. VR, on the other hand, virtual reality, removes the user from that real world experience, replacing it with a completely simulated one. Because VR requires complete immersion, VR devices shut out the physical world completely. The lens on the smart glasses that deliver AR capabilities, on the other hand, are transparent. Understanding these differences is critical in determining the best cases for each. So, in the real world, if you were in a manufacturing plant using one of these headsets, you would use the augmented reality because you would want to be able to see the real world with a digital overlay. Versus virtual reality, it's a world built from the ground up. Augmented reality is the real world with digital enhancements. So let's go over some of the AR wear or glasses before I go on to the other stuff. Now here I found this article because Google Glasses was trying to come out with a good augmented reality set. So this right here, they were trying to make an attachment that could snap onto our regular glasses, which honestly I think was really cool, and they should go to the consumers. But they found some difficulty in it and figured that it's better for them to go into an enterprise setting first, then go to a consumer, because they're worried about the whole privacy with, your video camera right on your glasses. So there's also HoloLens by Microsoft, and this one actually has a lot of really good use case. And let me just state that I love this design right here, because you have your regular clear glasses that you can see through, so you can see everything going on with you, but you'll also have a display being projected onto your glasses for you to see. You have your cameras up here so you can interact with the real world, and back here you have two things. You have this right here, which will help adjust the tension between the headset and your head, just so you can get it as snug as you can. And then this right here is an external battery, which is great placement because this right here will act as a counterweight, so you don't have all the weight in the front like you do with a lot of the VR sets. This right here makes it to where it's an evenly balanced headset. Very nice. And you see right here, like here's a doctor, just as an example, being able to look at a patient's scans, and I would assume eventually once you get like an MRI or something, they'll have systems that you can basically throw the HoloLens on and look at everything in high resolution. But in my opinion, I think this is the best way to go in the world, is augmented reality, because like say Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go is an augmented reality video game, so you can walk around the town, go to different Pokestops, and you could catch Pokemon, you could battle trainers, and it's really cool. And when you go to catch your Pokemon, if you have the AR turned on, you will be able to see the Pokemon in the real world and catch them in the real world. So very, very cool, very interesting. Now, as far as, here, let me show you one other thing before I go on to the next. This was cool. I wanted to show you the HoloLens video, but I'm not going to go over this whole thing. I think it's about right here. Very nice fit, like glasses, and it looks like it goes over glasses if you already wear a pair. But then you can interact with the real world and have these menus pop up. And I've seen videos of people giving examples of having their workshop set up and everything geotagged, you know, their screws, their bolts, their drill bits, and this makes it easier for them to find things. And you don't have to worry about someone walking in front of you with this on. I apologize if the audio was a little loud and you didn't hear me. I'm just babbling anyway. But yes, very, very great idea, because you can interact with the real world, being able to see through the glasses, but then have everything projecting in front of you like a hologram. It'll look like it's there even though it's not. And there are so many real world capabilities for this technology. Like, I'm very excited to see where things will go in the world. And this right here is just giving you an example of being able to go to a show, and on stage, if you had these glasses on, you know, you have this tree now that is alive and makes the show more immersive. You know, this is how you bring technology to plays. Even though I don't think it's really needed, a play is good enough on its own. But very, very cool little thing right here. So now, as far as virtual reality, there are so many different sets. This one right here is by HTC, called Vive, and this is the Cosmos Elite, which is the one that you would be interested in if you're a gamer. Now, this is not a standalone headset. You do need a PC, preferably a gaming PC. It has to support mixed reality by Microsoft. So, like, I have a Microsoft Surface Pro 6, which I run a lot of my stuff on, and that I had a notice stating that things would be slow and laggy if I try. I have a desktop that was no bueno, so I would need to get a gaming PC to work with Vive, or if I want to use my Oculus connected to the computer. And I'll show you another option. So if you do not have a gaming PC, there is other options. But this right here, very nice headset. Now it does show you, like, you know, here's a guy working on a car and you can see the internal stuff. So there's a lot of great use case as far as enterprise businesses go. You can also do a lot with designing cars, painting, animation. There is a lot you can do. And let me just say that their gear looks amazing. Like, I love these glowing controllers, the headset, the way everything is. It's a beautiful set. A little more than what I could afford at the moment, but very, very nice. You do need to have trackers set up for this one in your room. So they say like a minimum space is, I believe, like a 6x6 or better. But then they have a lot of different things you could do with this. So this one right here is $8.99, and it's very cool. Here, let's click on his video real quick. And this is only 27 seconds. No, I'm sorry. I was trying to make that go away. But I mean, cool little thing, you know, and you don't need the controllers. You could use just your hands, as you saw, like when that person caught the soccer ball. You know, very, very cool. You have all the tracking devices, and then they have even more to add on to it. So if you had this, so if you had this and you want to add other options to it, let me look at their software real quick. Oh, no. Let's go over here, products. Look at this. they have a facial tracker. So not only can you just play these games in VR, but now there's a facial tracker. So if you make different facial expressions in the game, your avatar could also make those same expressions. So very, very interesting. Let's see, what else do we have here before I go on to the next one? New trackers, wireless adapter. Yeah, so very cool set. This is one I would love to buy and try out. But I don't have a gaming PC yet, so I have to go on to a next one. This one right here is brand new, getting ready to come out. It's not released yet that I know of, but it is the HP Reverb G2. So this is going to be a competitor to the Oculus Quest 2. Very good. This one right here, it says developed in collaboration with Valve and Microsoft. Our breaking VR headsets deliver a more immersive, comfortable, and compatible experience. So that's really cool because Valve makes great games, and with Microsoft, they'll make it compatible with all the Microsoft products. So for gaming, VR takes immersive gaming to another level, from deep environmental interactions to puzzle solving, world exploration, to visceral combat. Now you can be active first-party participant in the game you're playing. Training, you know, I joked with my brother. He's a cop, and I had joked with him saying that maybe the police department could get some of these VR headsets, and then they could do training, real-world training, in the comfort of the back of the police department, you know? Like, I don't know if you're familiar with, I believe it was Shoot Super Hot or Super Shot, where the characters move as fast as you move, and if, I don't know, a very active, very, very fun game. I'll have to record that and put that on one of my gaming things, but very cool. So now that we've checked this out just a little bit, I don't know a whole lot about the HP one. It has a great resolution, so immerse yourself in ultra sharp visuals with mirror-free 2160 by 2160 LCD panels per eye, full RGB stripe at 9.3 million pixels. Get 2.5 times more pixels than Oculus Rift S. Get high-quality audio experience with the industry-leading Valve speakers. They sit off the air by 10 millimeters, allowing you to have more comfort fit. So, very nice. And you know, I do like the fact that this headset right here comes with this head attachment for support and the speakers, because the Quest does not have that. It's stuff I had to add on. But this one looks really cool. I'm excited to check it out even more. This one, they're comparing it to the Rift S, but I have the Oculus Rift, so mine will have higher resolution than this. So let's jump over that. And why do I talk about the Oculus Quest? Because right here, the Oculus Quest 2 has already outsold every other Oculus headset combined. And this was posted March 31st. So let me read this small little article real quick. The Oculus Quest 2 has outsold every other Oculus headset combined. The news arrives as part of a Bloomberg video interview with Andrew Bosworth, VP of Augmented and Virtual Reality at Facebook. When asked about virtual reality hitting the mainstream, Bosworth said it was starting to happen right now, citing the Oculus Quest 2 sales indicating a shift from early adopters to mainstream success. Oculus Quest 2, in just a few months on the market, has outsold not just its predecessors, but all the predecessors combined, Bosworth said. So that's really cool. And this is a cool little look at the Oculus. So it's a cool little white headset. There's a couple of views. Now this right here, these are the lenses on the inside. They go by IDP, which is basically the spacing of your eyes, how wide your eyes are. So for me, I'm a higher one, so I push these out all the way. The widest it goes is 68. I believe, honestly, I feel like I'm like a 70 because things still seem a little blurry. But they have these pads you can get here that are a little thinner to bring you closer, that I'm going to try out just to see if it helps with a little bit of blurriness. Another thing I've done is I've used what's called SideQuest. It's an app that you can sideload stuff on your Oculus, and it'll also let you change the resolution. So I went to a higher resolution, and that kind of helped too. The controllers feel great in your hand. So I'm going to showcase this one just a little bit more, just because this is what I have, so I can explain it a little better. But very cool. The battery lasts, depending on what you're playing, it can last about 2 to 3 hours on a full charge. And other people have made different fixes for the battery. So if you see right here, the strap that it comes with is just this little elastic strap, which is okay. I would suggest buying a Pro or Elite head strap, which snaps on. In my next video for gaming, I will show a better version. I'll show you what mine looks like, because I have some add-ons to mine. Now, with the Oculus getting so popular, with this one's cool because this is a wireless virtual reality set, so you don't need a gaming computer with this one. It runs off of Android. It's really cool that if you sideload stuff, you can sideload like Stadia and Xbox Game Pass, and it won't be like looking around in VR, but it'll be like having a giant screen TV in front of you. So that's a cool thing. And there's so many new resources out there. Firefox has a VR browser that you can check out. So there's a lot you can do with the Oculus. Just with this, it has some really cool Star Wars games. I haven't tried this one yet. There is a Vader game that is really fun that I played, and there is also one called Saber Beats, or Beat Saber. Here you go, Beat Saber. That's a fun one. That's like one that I suggest everyone buying. Vader Immortal. I started playing that one. So pretty fun game. Cool little headset. And then some of the other attachments they're coming out with these is like, check this out. Smell-O-Vision is real. I'm not going to go ahead and read this article right now, but basically there's this technology company that's coming out, OVR technology, which stands for Olfactory Virtual Reality Technology. And basically what they've done is they've created this cool thing that attaches to the bottom of your Oculus for scents. That's what smells. And they have a few, let me see if I could find out where they're talking about. Because like right here, talking about pizza. You know, when you're creating a pizza, you can smell the toppings. Like, that's pretty cool. But just think about this. When you're playing a game like, say, Zelda, and they are making a VR Zelda game, imagine coming up to a boss that stinks, right? And you blow them up, or whatever. Smell-O-Vision is going to let you know how stinky he really is, or she, like. So, but cool little thing. Now, what I was talking about earlier too is if you want to play VR, and maybe you want the Vive, right? Or you want to play a Rift game or something. You don't have a gaming PC. You can buy one, and this is a really cool one to check out. It is an MSI VR 7RE backpack PC. It's a gaming PC that is in a backpack. Very cool. This is made with VR in mind. You know, so you just plug this into your Oculus or your Rift, and it will process the games for you and try to give you a very fun wireless experience. So, I mean, now it's a pretty penny, you know, $2,300, but it's a gaming PC, you know, on a backpack. Like, really cool. And what else? This one right here, it's from NextMind, and it says, let your mind take control. This thing right here is pretty cool. You could add this to your Oculus Quest and other VR devices, and it doesn't connect into your brain or anything like that, basically it has this thing right here has, if you see, let me wait till it pops up. There's these tiny little soft peg things right here. Those go against your scalp. And then somehow it reads your brain waves in a sense. It will show, if you notice closer, can I get a closer image? See how the square is flashing? All of these are flashing with these tiny little things. So it reads those and which one you're staring at, and then it will select it. Really, really cool. I have a little video I want to play just to show a small little example. So I left it right here. I'm not going to play the whole thing. This is a 15-minute video called NextMind launches at Slush 2019. But I'm starting at the 11:33 spot. So let's check this out real quick.
And of course, it makes even more sense to fully immerse your mind in VR. I mean, in VR, not only you want to forget about the physical world to be fully immersed, but actually you want to forget about your own physical body. And if you have this direct link between your brain and the visual environment, this is total immersion. The dev kit will
my
come.
bad. Hold on a second. Let me fix it. I was trying to go full screen so you could see what this guy's doing when he starts to play his game.
To fight aliens and navigate through
He's
the
gonna
game
fight aliens
without any handpads.
with his mind.
This is a really cool shooter game where you directly shoot with your brain and you have to shoot their brains.
The next teleporter is active. You can move on.
And you can navigate through the game without any handpads.
No enemy. The extraction point is not far away.
Okay, and so basically the technology like you saw in the other one with the squares flashing. Let me see if I get back to that page. Yeah, it's right over here. Well, anyways, it had the squares flashing. With that one right there, basically it's the same thing. So you'd see the flashing on the head, and then with you staring at the character you want to destroy, it somehow reads which one you're staring at, and it causes them to blow up. So very, very cool technology, but it's more than just blowing people up. There's a menu that you'll have. They show, I didn't want to play the whole video, but basically, see, here's the tag. So you'll see this flashing on there, and when you look at it, it'll sense what you're looking at, right? And then it'll say, okay, he's selecting the square or the triangle, right? So decodes, activates. Now, if you have a menu, like say TV, they have these tiny little squares on the side. When you're staring at it, it's going to choose the menu that way. But the only thing about that is then you're going to always have that little tab sticking out. So they would have to have like a safe space so it doesn't bother your movies or games or whatever you're playing. But cool little ideas. There's a lot of stuff coming out as far as gaming goes. As far as like feedback gloves, you know, they're still working on the gloves. I've seen people make their own DIY gloves to where when you make a fist in the game or move your fingers, the Oculus or whatever VR set you're using would recognize it. So there's a lot to go. And if you see, like as I always say, Ready Player One, that takes, they talk about things starting off in 2025. So we're not far away. You know, I would say check it out. But that's it for this video. I hope you found this video kind of informative or exciting, you know, like we're talking about some VR and AR new headsets. I will showcase the Oculus Quest a little more on my next gaming video because it's a cool little toy and you could get quite a workout with it. It's really fun. Just know if you see a table in VR, don't try to lean on it, because more likely you're going to fall on your face. All right, guys, that's it for me. This is RedEyedJedi here. You have a great day. Bye-bye.